at them. You want your treat? I guess he doesn't want a cookie right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Another episode, another edition um, of Pop Culture Weekly video podcast and vlog. I'm really getting into it now. This is episode 20, dude. I wanted episode 20 to be big and special and um, feature a bunch of girls, have a bunch of ladies, a bunch of sexy fucking girls in it. Like, namely, Katusha, yes, but for this I'm talking about I wanted to put the twins and Veronica, all three with me on this episode together. It was my idea, but I'm gonna have to do it later because the twins are very hard to nail down. Veronica's all the way in Lake whatever now, Lake Aguil Lake, and it's difficult. And I need more tech stuff first, anyways. So I'm like, before I go through the effort of getting these gremlins together, I may as well have the microphones ready for them first. Oh, hold on a minute. Pause. Okay, we're back. Um, I had to go. Oh boy. Oh brother, everybody. I am going to read to you another very short piece of my writing before we get started. So, here it is. Have you any idea how good it feels to walk to the corner store and back and leave your phone at home? How good it feels to be able to type without looking at the keyboard or to get around without Apple Maps? This flesh world be quiet. Jesus is the light, the truth, the way, King forever. God and my mom are the only words that I spell with a capital letter. This sense world where all beings wake, I seek to become for me as dark as night. I want to live in the eternal self, the place behind the veil. I want to be sober. I am sober. Now, thanks for listening to that. When I write, I've been writing a little more and more lately. I just have all these, um, what is the word? Like non-concrete, I guess, thoughts or ideas floating around in my head, and I want to get them out and put them down on paper. It's like all of the things that I've learned over the past, year, half a decade, my life, whatever, just stuff that, I feel like I am barely able to grasp with my brain is very important to me. And I want to write it down. So lately, more often, I've been sitting down and doing it. Now, anyways, I'm sorry for the break there. I was looking for my friend. My friend, I think his last name is. I love him. He's a really good kid. And I guess he had mold at his place in San Clemente. And he called me a couple days ago. I need to plug this thing in. I gotta move the charger really quick. Give me 1 second. Handled that. Laptop's plugged in and charging. So anyways, I am a Christian. I will just go ahead and say that right now. I'm going to wear my faith on my sleeve. And that's important to me. So, if anyone doesn't like that, or has, some sort of, is at odds with that in any way, and doesn't want to follow me because of that, then so be it. I'll just get that out of the way right now. I'm a proud Christian young man. So, I love Jesus Christ. Jesus is my best friend and my personal Lord and Savior. Nonetheless, I have no problem with wrestling with God, battling and researching inconsistencies and different things in the Bible. To wrestle with God is good, but not to test God. And the difference is to wrestle with God is like, yeah, well, the Bible says this and this that don't make sense or don't apply to this modern life or what have you. And to wrestle with that stuff is to say, okay, well, let's, dig deeper, figure out how I can make sense out of this or what, whatever, or this and that. You know what I mean? That's all good. And I think it will end up deepening your faith. Time and time again, you'll hear of a Jewish person or an atheist wants to go and deconstruct the Bible in order to disprove Jesus as the Messiah. Yet time and time again, is this thing staying charging? It is. I was talking about my iPhone battery. Yet time and time again, the people that do this afterwards become messianic. An atheist who goes out to disprove Jesus or God, by the end of it, every time, they're like, oh, okay, shit, I was wrong. Through my efforts to disprove Jesus, I now am a believer. Or a Jewish person who wants to deconstruct the Bible and does it. You'll see time and time again, they end up messianic Jews. They become believers. But we'll plug right along and talk more about that later. So I was just looking for my friend, Devin. A couple days ago, he called me on his phone, on a garbly ass phone, told me his phone is all broken. He just had to leave his house because there's bad mold. He's got to try to sue the people. He's living in his car and just totally fucked, having a real rough go. And I told him, he just wanted to use my shower. I told him, dude, you can use my shower. You can stay at my house for 3 nights. Maybe longer. But then he was like, are you sober? And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm sober right now. And he's like, okay, well, I then won't use ketamine. I won't do any ketamine at your house. Because that's just what I was like, yeah, sure, okay, thanks. And then he did anyways. And he basically just made my life a living nightmare for 48 hours. And I was like, okay, you gotta go. No, then you're done. You're fucking sorry, but I was trying to do something nice for you, but now I just feel completely fucking used. Using my house as a safe haven to run off in the bathroom and lock yourself in there for 3 hours on my MacBook, pulling up a million fucking porn websites. I had 6 million tabs. And I was like, bro, it's if you're gonna jack off, just use 1 tab. Are you trying to give it a virus? And sniffing ketamine and using my fucking MacBook, and driving me fucking insane. He's a good kid. And when he's sober, he's awesome. But when he's doing the K, he's a fucking goddamn little rascal, gremlin, fucking nightmare. Nightmare. Taking my phone and like talking to his fucking shithead psycho girlfriend on it for hours at a time. And like every time he's like, "Can I use my phone for this?" I hand it to him, and then I don't get it back for another hour and a half, 2 hours, until I'm finally like, "Dude, give me back my phone, please." But I mean, he's using it to try and like get money from this person and that person and get the like. I don't know. The dude just needs to have a regular job. I never seen him with a regular steady job or income in the years that I've known him. Says he's started a business and made all this money and this and that and has these cars. He like loves his. He's really good at working on BMWs. He's done it his whole life. He's got hand built BMW on Instagram at hand built BMW. I'm like making a mess out of this kid right now, but he's a great person, a wonderful person, and my friend, and I love him. But he's in a real bad way lately, and just going through it. So I can understand wanting to take the edge off. But it's like, dude, the like slim amount of money you're able to get from your mom, you go and want to spend on fucking the K to take the edge off because you have no money. So it's like full circle, bro. Is that you did the K and then you made my life a living hell for fucking 2 days and got kicked out of my house by me. So did that K really help take the edge off and doing the drug? Dude, like, you gotta fucking turn your life around, bro. Absolutely you do. But anyways, he's just leaving fucking paper towels all over there. Oh my god, bro. Like, yet again, first thing he does when he gets here, cleans my bathroom for me. I let him come out, like, you can stay. First thing is goes in my bathroom, cleans the bathroom for me in the shower and this, and he's like, trying. And I'm like, most people wouldn't even do that. They'd just be like, oh, thanks. Like, most people don't even have the sensibilities to do something like that for you to show their gratitude. And he's a really good kid. I love him to death. But again, he's going through it, having a rough go. His car's all fucked up because of his fucking psycho girlfriend. And anyways, long story short, yesterday, because I had basically told him he couldn't stay here anymore, because he was just like I just felt so used by the kid, by the end of it, I was like, I won't have this, dude. I won't be, walked on. And so he got to talk to his mom again on my phone, because like he left and to go with his girlfriend, supposed to take him to get his phone fixed. And then he's just gone all day. I don't hear from him. I wanted to go with him, and he just went without me instead to go with his girlfriend. And then fucking he doesn't come back till 10 p.m. So like I'm all pissed off. I'm like, dude, you cannot just use me like this. Just like fucking use my place as like, oh, use the bathroom, use his computer, use his phone, use, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, it's the drugs, for one. And then also, like, fucking, just totally fucking crazy, bro. Like, and then he just runs off without me to his girlfriend. Is supposed to take him to get his phone. He doesn't get his phone fixed. I don't know what the fuck's going on. He shows up at 10 p.m. So I'm all pissed. Like, you can't just do that. Like, ditch me when I'm letting you stay at my house and then think you can just show up again finally at fucking after 10 o'clock and I was going to be all hunky-dory. I don't fucking think so, dude. So I was all mad and I fucking, but I let him use my phone when he got back to call his mom, and his mom pulled up a family friend named William for him to go stay at William's house. And let me grab my cell phone real quick. He gets to stay at this family friend's house. This guy's like an ex-Navy SEAL. Like, this guy's good. This guy's sober also. Like me. Ants. Fucking ants. Fucking ants. I have ants. I think it's because of my hamster poops. I can't imagine what else the ants are from unless it's just food on the bits on the floor. But there's not. I've cleaned up the food. It's got to be from my hamster poops. They're mostly in the bathroom. And the bathroom also is mostly where the hamster poops are. But I try to keep them picked up. But there's fucking ants in the bathroom, dude. And they're like, we're not going away. I kill them. Every fucking time I kill the ants that I see. I'm like, bam, 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 bam. I'm like, Jesus gives me the authority to stomp on scorpions and spiders and kill the ants in my bathroom. So, anyways, he goes to Buku's house, William or whatever, and I guess he stayed there for one night, last night, and then today, William sends this text to Tylena, his girlfriend, from my phone. Because last night, Evan was here, and I handed him my phone to call his mom. He calls his mom, talks to her, and then I think he just put the phone in his pocket, and he hung out, and by then I was not mad anymore. And and then he left for Williams, and he held on to my phone. He did not mean to. I know he didn't do it on purpose, but just like the past couple of days when he was using my phone all day, every day, every time I handed it to him, like I said, I didn't get it back. For he just wants to use, he needs a phone, and wants to talk to all these, try to fucking figure out his shit. I get it, but dude. So anyways, he runs off. Again, I know it's on accident. He didn't mean to, but he kept my phone in his pocket or whatever on accident and just left with it and drove all the way to Williams and then had it all goddamn day to day. And so at first I was like, all right, just relax. I can go a day without a phone. It'll be nice. Anyways, I like it. I like to go without a phone for a little bit every now and then because it's so, we're so attached to the damn thing. It feels so good to be away from it from sometimes. I just said in that piece of writing I read to you. Well, where did I put the phone charger? In here in the drawer? Yes. Okay, let's plug her in. Hang on. I just had to unplug my phone. No, I had to unplug the computer. I had to unplug the fucking computer from its charger to plug my phone into the wall because I got two outlets right here. The lamp is plugged into one of them. The computer charger was plugged into one of them. And I have one outlet extender, outlet set. What's it called? The fucking thing that plugs into the thing that has more things. You know what I'm talking about. I got one of those, but it's over there now, and the outlet over there where I plug in the fan and my white noise machine. And every time I fucking move my laptop over there from the TV, because if I want to plug the laptop into the TV and make the TV my monitor, I gotta fucking move the Ethernet cord and the charger and that fucking little extender thing that has two more outlet things on it, and now that's over there, and then this shit's over here. It's, oh my god, it's such a fucking pain in the neck. It's such bullshit, okay? But anyways, whatever, long story short, okay, fucking has my phone all damn day today, and I'm watching it on my MacBook on Find My, and I'm like, motherfucker, dude. I'm getting more and more angry, and halfway through the day, he has a car. So last night, as soon as he figured out that he had my phone, he should have fucking turned around, came back, and brought it back, but he didn't. And then today, all god dang day, it's dude, you have a car. Bring me back my phone. He can't, and then finally I was put it in lost mode. So he couldn't use it anymore. And I feel bad about that. But I can't. It's got money in there. This kid's all off his fucking rocker. What if it gets in the hands of someone else? And they fucking use it to spend money, my money, or whatever. Or he drops it. I can't. I just can't. I fucking, what he did with my laptop. I was trying to give it a virus, bro. Good God, man. I'm going to bleep his name where I say it because I love him so much. And there's no reason to just, put all of his stuff out there like this. So I'll bleep his name. But my friend, dude, he it's like, this is my life, and it's just fucking insane. So today he has my phone all day, and then I'm like trying to call. I call my phone that he has from Rory, my roommate's phone, like 5 times in a row this morning, no answer. And so I was like, okay, whatever, Rory sends him a text. Hey, can you please bring my phone back? Nothing all day long. So finally, at like 2 o'clock, it's still not brought it back. So I put it in lost mode so we cannot use it anymore. So I'm like, this is ridiculous, dude. I can't have my phone floating around there like this with this fucking person like this, dude. I cannot. And then and I'm just waiting. I'm like, he'll probably bring it back by the evening. It's in the end of the day. He's going to bring it back. I know it. And I was right. At like fucking 8:30, I check the Find My again, and it's at the same spot as my MacBook, which is in my bedroom. So I was like, okay, cool. He's here with the phone, or the phone is here. Thank you, God. So I go downstairs, and I hit the play noise button, and then I hear the noise. My phone is making the noise back upstairs. I'm like, okay. I don't hear him. I go up the stairs again, and it's sitting on the floor against my door frame. Okay, my phone. Good. But then I checked the phone, and this guy, William, whose house he stayed at last night, was trying to send... So this guy, William, is sending texts to Tylena, his girlfriend. So texts Tylena while he's at the William's house. I know this is all extremely complicated and difficult to follow, but I hope you are just enjoying yourself nonetheless. He says, this is D. I don't have a place to stay. Not a phone working. Was barely able to even use this phone. Thanks for nothing. Left stranded again. She just puts a question mark. Fucking, this girl's such a cunt. So Devin's not... And then so William... Then, 10:30 a.m. this morning, he's not staying here. I have his money and was trying to return it somewhere since I gave him his stuff. And she goes, not to me, please. He says, he didn't seem very mentally well. I feel bad that I was harsh on him. He apparently called me just now off someone's phone and said he wrecked his car and that he somehow was hurt and asked to come back here. I said no, because he was doing drugs at my house. He said his car was totaled and that he's towing it somewhere to park it and wanted me to help him use my phone to pay for a new screen because he doesn't have his cards to pay for things and only his phone. I mean, this poor kid's fucked. And the only reason he's not in his house is because of the mold. But I mean, he doesn't have the money for a hotel. And his mom doesn't have a lot of money right now. She's going through a divorce. And I'm talking to her on the phone, and she's like, can't keep her fucking head straight, this lady. Like, I feel I'm just going through it right now. And then so I see this text from William sent from my phone to his girlfriend being like, he fucking wrecked his car, hurt himself, had his car towed, and left my phone back at my door at 8:30. So now I'm like, well, fuck. Where's now? Where the hell is now? Is he okay? Is he sleeping on the fucking sidewalk or in an alley nearby my house now? Because I know he was here at like 8:30, dropped off my phone, but apparently now he's wrecked his car today. Doesn't even have the car anymore now. And William kicked him out, and I kicked him out, and his mom doesn't know where he is. I'm talking to her on the phone. So I was like, okay, well, fuck, dude. Now I fucking need to find him. So when I took a break at the beginning of this podcast there, it's because his mom called me back, and then I was like, okay, well, let's find... Help me find... And so she calls William, but not until after I'm like, okay, well, first thing I would do, go fucking downstairs and walk around several blocks around my house where he parked before when he was here. I'm looking for his car. If for some reason it's not towed or fucked up, if that was not true or something, I don't know. I'm looking for his car. I'm looking for him. I'm like, I'm walking around a couple blocks, couple alleyways around my house. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing now? Like, is he okay? Cannot find him, but and then I'm talking to his mom on the phone the whole time, trying to just like get her to fucking focus. I'm like, let's just talk about where is at right now, please, and try and figure that out. And so she calls William, and I'm walking around waiting. She calls me back. She says he's asleep on William's couch. I was like, okay, okay. Then word, then good news. Thank you, God. I said a little prayer for after I read that text message that William sent from my phone to Tylena, where he was telling her that was trying to get a hold of him to tell him he wrecked his car and hurt himself and all this and that. I was like, fuck, dude. Well, the best first thing I can do is like just pray. I just got down on my knees, cleared my mind. I closed my eyes, took 3 deep breaths, collected my thoughts, and cleared my mind. So the God knew I wanted to talk to him. And, I said, God, please watch over him, keep him safe, send him to someone or someone to him. If it's back to me, then please. To Tylena, if you have to, last resort, or to William. Someone, please. It's the first thing I did. And I mean, thank God for William. This guy sounds great. William, kicked him out at first because he's like still sniffing up his fucking ketamine over there too, and trying to like, dude, you gotta stop. And so, oh gosh, whatever. I accidentally touched a girl's boob at MMA, and she punched me in the face. Her name is Bree. And it was MMA day. Like, we have Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and MMA. And that day was MMA. And she was fucking... Dude, I love fighting girls. We're all the same in the gym, but I love fighting girls. Where else do you get to punch a girl in the face? It's awesome. But I mean, now I'm wrestling with this girl. She starts on full mount. I'm lying on my back and she's sitting on me. And we're wrestling and like her foot ends up in my face and I'm like, my instincts are like, I want to but I didn't do that. It was just like in my brain, like when I put it in my mouth. She's a cute girl, wrestling with her. It's really something, man. My God. But anyways, she's on top of me and I stick my hand out. When I'm wrestling with guys, you can push on their chest, and I just did that like instinctually. I'm trying and like accidentally grab her tit, and then she just like takes the briefest of a pause, kind of looks at me and she's like, "Bop!" and then just punches me in the fucking face. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. To fucking grab your titty like that. I'm really sorry. I stuck my hand out to push your chest, to push you away from me and off of me while we're wrestling MMA. I'm sorry. I did not mean to. But I also met this cute girl there named Ruby, and we're supposed to go skate next weekend. But I'm sober. It feels really good. I'm from pot even. If anyone is seeing this that saw episode 5 of my podcast, I've taken it down and just deleted it forever right now for good, because that was just really something. Romero knows what I'm talking about. That was just as bad as dude. Absolutely. And good God. God, episode 5 was bad. I was high on ketamine and drinking wine, all fucked up. For episode 5 of this fucking podcast, and it was really something just awful, man. There was one point where I was like, I just kept trying to fucking show this segment called Brian's Cool Pictures over and over again. I was like, now let's look at these pictures, and I'd like move away from it and then come back. It's still in the same pictures over and over and over. I was just trying to make it through this one segment and just show pictures, and I could not do it. It's because I was high off my fucking face on ketamine and drunk as fuck on wine, trying to do brand new tech stuff I've never done before on a live while filming the podcast. Not live, the podcast's not live, but like while filming myself, trying to like do the episode at the same time as like this like tech stuff and putting pictures on the screen. I'm just like too fucking gone to be doing that. And there's a point where I'm like, oh, my eggs are scrambled. Like I couldn't even keep going. It's so bad, bro. But it's all right. Everything is okay in the world. I get to grab girls' boobies and put their feet in my mouth while I wrestle with them at MMA. And that's a blessing. Just kidding. I don't get to put their feet in my mouth. I shouldn't even talk about it like this. It's MMA, dude. It is what it is. See, dudes are touching each other's dicks on accident all the time as well. So, there's that too. Absolutely. And you got to just move right on past it. You just got to just breeze right on past it, Absolutely. It's about combat. We're warriors. It's about fucking learning self-defense. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's just like, whoop, up, whoops. It happens. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, William fucking must have come and gotten, or he must have been driving around at this point, because his mom told me after she called him, yeah, he's fine. He's with William. He's asleep on William's couch. William took him to get his phone fixed today and get him lunch. I think his phone is just fixed. He's got food. He's doing okay. Yeah, so I didn't want to do much more than 30 minutes for this episode. And I mean, it's not much more that happened in my life this week. Then that was the major event. I'm glad it's okay. I love him to death. I'm going to bleep his name out every time I say it. It's for his sake. Not that, I mean, I have a lot of viewer count now, but I think it is starting to slowly rise. My numbers are going up slowly, and I'm just patient. I'm just patient, dude. I really am. I'm not gonna start to play into the clickbait culture or feed into this ADHD, no attention span culture. I'm not going to support that or feed into it. I'm fighting against it, dude. I am trying to make. I'm creating videos for those that are sound of mind and adult and grown up and have a fucking attention span left, or that want to. I'm not going to fall for this trap and just get obsessed and fiend over the numbers and the viewer count and how to get. I'm just going to be patient. It's all about content and creativity at the end of the day, dude. Joe Rogan doesn't make clickbait thumbnails and titles like, no, Jonah did this? Jonah did what? Joe Rogan's podcast is the biggest podcast that there is. Not that I'm some Joe Rogan sucking Joe Rogan's cack, okay? Like I'm just making the point that he's got the biggest podcast in the world, and he never does that. He's just put in the time and the consistency and everything. I mean, sure, he started out famous, but so did a lot of the other guys. But I mean, like, you don't need to do all that. And you can say what you want. You can swear. Oh, for God's sake, you can say the F word. You can say fucking. You can say shit. You can say cunt. You can talk about drugs. And ketamine, you can say retard. And fucking what's his name here on YouTube? I can't remember his name right now. Every single video title has the word retard in it, and he gets like over 250,000 views on every one. I watched a fucking self-help learn how to patch your oil pan video. Oh, because I rode over a road cone in my car on absolute purpose. I was driving fast. I was feeling very high-spirited and having a good old blast of a time, and I saw this road cone. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to run right over it, giving less of a fuck in my Toyota Corolla CE 2003. Boom! I ran over the road cone at like fucking 50, maybe six, probably like six, maybe like 50 miles an hour. It was like, boom! And I guess I thought it would just like fly right out of the back, you know, just like. I just ran straight over it, sitting here, and I just went bang, and then instead of like going out under the back of the car or flying off to the side or something, it just got stuck in the undercarriage, and I drove for like another 2 miles before I was like, oh, turn the music down. Car's going. Oh, son of a bitch, dude. I pull off. I'm like, I look under the car. Oh, there's the cone. It's still stuck under the undercarriage. Not good. So this guy comes out. He's like, everything okay? I'm like, he's walking out of his house. I'm like, yeah, I just ran over this road cone. And he's like, oh, you might want to reverse a little bit. I was like, I'm just going to jimmy it out. He's like, oh, yeah, jimmy it out. And I was like, yep, I ran over it on purpose. He's like, yeah, I've been there. I was in a truck, though. And I was like, yeah, that would have been better. But, you know, is what it is. So anyways, I was like, pulled the road cone out from under my car, like jimmy it out, get it out. And then the car is in park, and I let go of the brake, and it's reversing. I'm like, fuck, put the car in reverse. Let go of the brake, it's moving forward. I'm like, son of a bitch. So the fucking, no, this shit's all off. So I fiddled with it for a minute, you know, and then it went back to normal, and oh, thank you, Jesus. And then this fucking red oil light is flashing for a little bit, and then that goes away too. And I'm like, okay, maybe everything's okay, but it's still making this noise, and then I fucking have. And my boy, who I was just talking about, I'm like, can you help me with my car? Because he, like I said, he works on BMWs his whole life. He's like, he's a mechanic. He knows how to work on cars. And so he was going to help me, but all he did was just run around like a fucking nutcase for 2 days. Who doesn't even fucking help me with my car, dude. Like, but I mean, granted, he's trying to figure his shit out. He's using my phone to try and like call his bishop at his church. Is supposed to help him pay for his phone or whatever, and trying to fucking have his girlfriend give him money that she owes him to help pay for the phone or the car or this or that, you know. But I mean, like, fucking driving me fucking insane about it because he's fucking like doing his fucking ketamine, bro. Like, ugh. But I want to help. So anyways, he tells me, he's like, oh, that's a rod skip. You know, and I'm like, oh, how do you fix a rod skip? No engine. So, oh, great. I've essentially totaled my car. Fucking perfectly good $5,000 2003 Toyota Corolla CE fucking vehicle that will last me 10 years easily in one instant is ruined by me from running a stupid road cone on purpose. I really got to learn to take better care of my things. I really, 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 really do. Yet, there's sometimes I'm like, you know, it really all boils down to God's plan at the end of the day. Because I still think it probably help me out to fix it and have it run for a little longer. But what I think I'm going to do is just trade it for a dirt bike. Like a cheap dirt bike. Like, I don't need a full motorcycle. I could just get some 2-stroke or whatever the fuck, or 4-stroke. Sick-ass fucking dirt bike. And drive around like I'm fucking Ryan Gosling in The Place Beyond the Pines. how he just rides around on this fucking dirt bike like a sick ass cunt. I love that shit. It's my favorite fucking movie, bro. If you've not seen The Place Beyond the Pines, go watch that, especially if you're a Gosling fan, which I am. Man Crush Monday, Ryan Gosling, without a question, every time. Ryan Gosling's fucking pimp as fuck, dude. And he's so good in that movie. That's one of the best movies ever made. Hands down, far and away, so easily. Place Beyond the Pines is one of the best fucking movies ever made, I promise you. Go watch it if you've not seen it. Please watch that movie if you've not seen it. It's so good. And Ryan Gosling just rides around the town on his fucking dirt bike instead of a car or something. Just like such a fucking badass cunt. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool as fuck, dude. And my trainer, my coach at MMA, he has his sick ass BMW touring bike. And I used to have the Kawasaki KLR touring bike before I ended up trading that for a fucking Tahoe when I was in Washington where it's raining all the time. And then it turns out the KLR for some reason shot up in value to like 24 grand, and I bought it for like 4 when I got it. Or actually, I traded a fucking little white car that my grandma gave me that was her car and she let me have. God rest her soul. Miss my Nana. She passed away, I think, in last December. So less than a year ago. My sweet Nana. I was holding her hand when she died. And I felt her soul leave her body. That was the first time I seen someone die. And I didn't cry until later. I've always been that way. I just realized I forgot to mute my television. It's got the sound of rain. I just hope you enjoy it. I could have done this once more in an earlier episode. I did that. I forgot. I keep the TV on. Helps me focus. I keep rain or a watery stream or something playing on the TV in the background. It really, really helps me focus and get through the stuff I'm working on for the day. But, you know, right now I wanted to make another episode of the show and then make another gameplay video. So, rest in peace, Nana. Is okay. MMA is going great. I respect the women there. No, though it may not seem like it with some of the things I've said today. I absolutely do. I can't help myself. And I have my first cage fight in October. Now, granted, I've talked about this before. I've only been training for a collective of like maybe 4 months, 3 or 4 months, like less than that. You know, I've been going to this gym consistently like maybe 3, maybe 2 months. But everyone there is very impressed with me. I just have this fire in me. I really do. I am a warrior. I believe. I have such fire. I'm a fire sign. I'm a Sag. And I've been in scraps growing up. I was in plenty of scraps growing up. One time a kid picked me up over his head and dropped me onto the ground. And this was in like 6th grade. I was walking home from school. I've broken a lot of bones. I've broken my ankle twice. I've broken my collarbone. I've broken my wrist. I think that's it. Actually, I broke my right ankle twice. I broke my right collarbone. I broke my right wrist. All when I was pretty young. But in 6th grade, I was walking home from school and these random weird bigger, older, Middleton, Idaho bully kids were like, hey, and I was like little. I was little growing up. I was short growing up until like 11th, 12th grade. I had a growth spurt. Now I'm kind of tall and big. 5'11", 172. Anyways, sixth grade, I'm walking home from school, and these like 3 or 4 bigger, weird kids were like, "Hey, we're gonna pretend to fight and try to get cars to stop. Do you want?" I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." And I think they were just making that up to bully me, because all they did was like push me around, and then one kid picked me up all the way over his head, like a fucking, like one of those big signs that the crackheads spin around on the side of the corner trying to advertise puppies or Little Caesars. Like a fucking Little Caesars sign. This kid picks me up over his head and then just like, bink, throws me onto the ground. And breaks my collarbone. And he like throws me onto the ground, and I get up and I'm like, I think they must have sensed something was wrong, and I must have sensed something was wrong at first, because they're like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go home. That was fun, you guys, but I'm gonna go home now. I think I'm good. I'm just gonna go home now. And I'm like walking home, and then all of a sudden, BAM! It hits out of nowhere, and my arm hurts so bad. I drop down to the floor again, and I'm sitting there in the dirt, and I can't get up. I try to stand up and walk home the rest of the way, but I cannot stand up. It hurts too bad to stand up. So, like, I called my mom or my dad and was like, something's wrong, I need help, and I go to the hospital or whatever, and my fucking collarbone's broken, and I'm in a fucking sling or a cast for, like, the next couple weeks, and I remember at one point that kid and his friends are looking at me, and his friends are like, look, dude, you broke his collarbone. Good God. Idaho. It reminds me of this book. I'm already at an hour almost. I'm at 47 minutes. I'm going to try to wrap it up. It reminds me of this. There's a book I need to read still. I heard about it on the radio one time. It's called Educated by Tara Westover, if I am correct. IRRC. If I recall, IIRC. If I recall correctly, it's called Educated by Tara Westover. Let me double check that. Educated Tara Westover. Absolutely. And she grew up in Idaho. But I grew up in Boise, Idaho. Before that, though, Middleton, Idaho, which is like the rest of Idaho. But Boise's a little bit better. It's a little more metro. It's the capital city. It's like a micro Portland, Oregon. You know, it's a little bit better. But as soon as you get outside of Boise, the whole rest of Idaho is exactly what you think it is. And she grew up in like Star or some shit, like northern Idaho, dude. Like where Napoleon Dynamite was filmed in Sand Point or some shit like that, like Idaho, bro. And she told me about this scene from the book, and it's a memoirs. It's her memoirs. Her mom was an alchemist. Like, what even ever the fuck that even is in today's day and age. I don't even understand that. And her dad was like, I don't know, had tractors and shit and all that, you know what I mean? And she said the way she put it was so elegant. She said, I mean, the whole book is about her. She like, I don't even think she went to school. You know, her parents are like trying to homeschool her or whatever. And then she was like, I want to go get educated. It's called Educated, the book, and the memoir. And then she like left Idaho when she was, I don't know, 18, I guess, or whatever, and went to college and got educated. And wrote this memoir about growing up in Idaho. And a scene from the book she tells on this radio program that I heard about this book like a fucking decade ago. Says like her dad, the way she put it, her dad like didn't, my closet's been open. Dang it. It's supposed to be closed and show that poster, but whatever. You can see that cool striped shirt. Okay, so stay on topic, Brian. Tara Westover is educated, talking about her dad. She says he didn't really understand like getting hurt, and like she's getting like pain, like stuff that's dangerous and will hurt you. He like wasn't really able to wrap his head around. The way she put it, she said he didn't have that bone in his brain. And I thought that was a very eloquent turn of phrase I had never heard before. He just didn't really have that bone in his brain. She said that like he did this thing where he was like welding on this gas can with gas in it, and it fucking blew up and got third-degree burns all over his face. And then he did it again, and it happened again. And then she said, now he still does it. He still does his welding on a gas tank full of gas, knowing full well and having it have happened to him twice that it's ready to fucking explode and all over his face. So, I mean, I'm just paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly, which is something along those lines, welding on a gas can with gas in it. It's not exactly whatever it is. Some dangerous shit that makes this shit blow up over his fucking face. He just doesn't get it. And so she said one time he had her get into this when she was just a kid, like less than 10 years old. He was like in the backyard, in the yard with his tractor, with a lift, one of those tractors that scoops things up like dirt or whatever, the kind. And it was full of rusty, sharp scrap metal. And he had her get into the bucket with the scrap metal all in it. And he was like having her move stuff around in there, moving the scrap metal around. And she said all of a sudden one of the pieces sunk into her flesh like a hot knife into a stick of butter. Again, she said it in some way like that. She really did go get educated and is such a beautiful writer. And I guess I'm just trying to give you an idea of what it's like in Idaho. Where there's like weird bully kids and your mom's an alchemist and your dad fucks you all up. But now I live in Los Angeles. I was going somewhere too with that. I don't know. Everything's okay. I just walking around looking for it's fine. MMA's going great. I got my first cage fight coming up. I'm still novice. Oh, everyone says I'm doing really good. I have the fire in me. I'm trying to find the connection again. I'm a Sag. I'm full of fire. I've been in scraps. I've been in scraps, and the kid dropped me. And one time, a guy punched me in the face. This was in Washington, when I was I was 22, I think. I was 22 years old, and I was with my friend at the time. What was his name? Connor. This kid named Connor. We would go skateboarding all the time together in Washington State. Sorry, and I was 22 now, and we were walking into the mall. We were going to the mall, and we walked behind this car that was backing into this spot against the sidewalk, and we must have been a little close in the way, and he honked at us. Probably just because we were walking slow or dicking around, and he was trying to back into the spot, and he didn't want to run into us, or just wanted to, even just maybe being nice, just like making sure we knew, just, because he's trying to back into the spot. And so the person honked at us, and we go, fuck you, yeah, get your suck a dick, just to shout a bunch of profanity at him and I both, Connor and I. And then we keep walking, and then this guy gets out. He's a real big guy, like 42 years old or something, and just jacked. This guy looks like a fucking ex-Navy SEAL. He walks up to us. He's like, what'd you say? What was all that? And I was doing the talking. I was like, you heard us, you heard me, motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. And he just kind of looks at me, and he's like, how old are you? And I stood on 10 toes, and I said, I'm 22 years old, bro. And he says something or other, And I go, he's like kind of threatening. And I'm like, look, dude, all right, I'm done with this conversation. I'm walking away now. And I turn around. I go to turn around to leave. I turn like this. I get a fucking quarter turn in with my head. And BOOM! Fucking nuclear bomb from the moon. This guy's meat fist fucking lands on my mouth. He hits me so hard in the mouth that my top lip gets stuck in between my like 4 front teeth in each spot. It's like in between the fucking teeth to the other side. And I try to use my tongue in between my lip and my teeth to separate it back out, and it's stuck too bad. It's too good in there. So I have to take my finger and go and unstick my lip from in between my fucking teeth. And then blood just starts gushing out of my fucking mouth. And I'm standing there, and I'm just like proud of myself I didn't fucking knock me over or knock me out. But I got like 4 stitches in my lip right here, and that section of my lip is numb. Still. I can't feel that spot in my lip. Actually, I think the sensations come back now that I'm mentioning it. But for years, that whole section was just totally fucking numb. I couldn't have sensation in that section anymore. It's either back or I'm just used to it now. But anyways, it's fucking insane. And I look up at the guy and I just glare at him as he's walking off. And he's looking at me. And if I recall correctly, the look in his eyes was surprised and impressed as I was with myself. That didn't fucking knock me down or knock me out. I'm tough. I'm real tough. Because one time my dad hit me in the face too, and he said he didn't mean to. He was driving me home in his van, and I was asking for it again. The first time I was asking for it, he was like, the guy, because that's this big guy that hit me in the mouth at the mall when I was shouting all this profanity. He goes, as he's walking off, he goes, or no. You know, he's like, I'm with my kids. You need to learn to watch your mouth. You know, it's like yelling this, like, suck my cock, fuck you, whatever, dude. I'll bleep that one. I'll bleep that word. Whatever, I was saying, just some real nasty shit. And in front of his little baby kids, apparently. And that's not okay. It's not. There's this one song, there's this old country song that goes, you gotta whoop a man's ass sometimes. Cussing in front of children is one of the lyrics. And it's like, yeah, you know, that's one thing you gotta whoop a man's ass for. And I got my 22-year-old man's ass whooped in one ham-fisted missile to the mouth. Stuck my fucking lip between my teeth and gashed it open so bad I got like 4 or 5 stitches in that lip, and it was numb for years. And one time my dad, I was swearing at him sitting in the passenger seat. You shouldn't swear at your dad. He was, you know, fezzing me out for getting caught for smoking pot at school or something or other while driving me home. And then I was like, yeah, just mouthing off to my dad, swearing, saying the F word and all this and that. And all of a sudden, wham! His fucking back of his hand, he goes, bam! Like that. Bam! From the driver's seat. In the back of his, wow. And I remember I just instantly go, what the fuck? You know? At him. A minute ago, I lost my train of thought. I was saying this retard guy on YouTube uses the word retard, and every single one of his video titles gets over 250,000 views on every single one of his videos. And I was watching a guy teaching me how to fix my car because I've broken it. And he was like, you got to just mix the fucking shit. You do F and S all over the place. And it's like, he's at 80K views on that. It's like, dude, please. Romero, you drive me a little bit nuts with how afraid you are to be a man, stand on 10 toes, and fucking be yourself. Like, you seem so obsessed with getting views and gaining subscribers that you're like afraid to death of the algorithm. Like, dude, you're fine. You don't need to never say fuck or shit on your thing. Like, ugh. But I could be wrong. It's not my place. It's not my art. There's nothing wrong with not swearing and just being PC. I'm just different. It's all right the way he wants to do it. It's just fine. It's just fine. I love his videos. I love your videos, Romero. Every single one of them. I love them to death. It does make me it does perturb me whenever I hear you not say that you say F or just nothing when the F word should be there. I'm like, just say the fucking F word. But I love all your videos, Romero. I love every one of Hannibal Vector's videos. Are so good. His whole channel is fucking amazing. Sometimes I'm like, you can, come on, bro, you can swear. But I like what he's doing. He's doing better than me. So, it's really, I don't even, whatever. I'm trying to wrap it up. What I'm trying to say here is I've been hit harder in the face by people not wearing gloves. My dad said he was trying to hit me in the shoulder when he did that. I don't buy it. But I don't blame him. I don't. I was sitting there being an insane little shithead. Like, you don't realize how disrespectful you really are being when you're a kid, when you're doing that stuff. Now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, that is so disrespectful to you, Dad, to sit there and talk to him like that, dude. Like, I'm your dad, motherfucker. Whap! Like, good for you. I was asking for it. And it made me tough. It made me tough as a truck, dude, the shit I've been through. And so I'm really tough, I guess. That's why I was talking about getting my collarbone broken in the first place. I've been bullied. I've been blasted. I've been hit harder in the face than most people in this world can even hit, or certainly have been hit. This one kid at the gym, he was talking to me about about how I got this fight coming up, and he's like, I can't even imagine getting hit in the face with the MMA gloves. It's like, have you ever been hit in the face without any gloves? I know, you realize most people haven't even ever been hit in the face. It's like, I have a lot, and I'm tough from it. Like, I'm tough. I can fight. I've been in fights. I'm ready for this fight. I'm excited for this cage fight I have coming up. I am fucking stoked. I'm going to win. I'm so excited. I promise you I'm going to win. I'm visualizing, if nothing else. I'm going to win. And I'm fucking excited for this fight. People keep asking me. I tell them, and they're like, why? They're just like, you gotta, dude, slow down. Use your brain and don't be fucking rude. If someone tells you about something they're doing they're excited about, don't ask them why they're doing it. What do you mean why? Because I fucking want to. I went psycho one time, high on fucking ketamine and drunk on wine after a fucking 5-day bender doing the same thing, and tried to beat my friend to death with my bare hands. because I thought he was the boss in Elden Ring. So we've been playing Elden Ring all night, every night for fucking 5 days. And he had been teaching me Muay Thai moves, and he's a fucking Muay Thai practitioner his whole entire life. And he's fucking, 230 pounds and fucking 6'4". And I went into psychosis all of a sudden and thought that what I needed to do was fist fight him. And that's a story for another day. Anyways, he beat me up. Because he had to. Because I wouldn't stop. And he finally ended up having to fucking hold me down and call cops. Fucking cops came. I'm going to have him on and we'll tell the story together. So, what I'm driving at now is I'm tough. And so, I'm very excited for my fight coming up. What a ride this episode is about to be. This has probably been such a ride, such a roller coaster of an episode. This is my life, man. I'm sorry if the algorithm doesn't like it. It can suck my dick. So, on that note, God bless you. Stay healthy. Exercise. Drink water. Read. Call your mom. Don't do too much vices. Whatever is your vice, keep it in check. Be healthy. Love one another. I love you. Work on your dreams. For real. Write down your goals for the month, for the week, for the day. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Freedom can only be achieved through discipline. And you can take that from me on good standing. So now, again, just thank you for coming. This podcast means a lot to me and my YouTube videos. I want to sign off and make another Elden Ring video right now. I made the first one. It's in the Pop Culture Gaming playlist. And so, thanks for coming. Leave a comment. It would be so exciting if a stranger left a comment on this video. Please. That would be so exciting for me. And I will respond. Please hit like. Please subscribe for more. I will see you next time.